Welcome to a special episode of Rainbow Popcorn, where we are talking about the Oscars 2025 and the Razzies 2025, because they both happen in the last couple of days. The Oscars happened in the last couple of hours.
They did.
We are all over it.
I'm ready. Let's
straight
go.
away this year. First thoughts.
Yeah,
Not
much. You know.
Can I have a first thought? We're just going to talk randomly. We're not going to go category, boring.
No.
I understand that the Oscars take a long time.
Yep.
Right?
There's a lot of categories. They each get given time. Not as much time as everybody else. If you win Best Actor, you are allowed to go, can you shut up for a minute? I've got more to say.
Yeah, but if you when either of
if
the
you win
documentaries...
international film, you've got 30 seconds. That's it.
The speeches and the awards, which is in the name of the title of the broadcast, the 97th Academy Awards, I understand there are people that have had significant contributions on the film industry, such as Gene Hackman and Quincy Jones, and the character of James Bond. But I'm not sure we needed 4 minutes for each of them.
No. Yes, Gene Hackman. But that was just short. That was Morgan Freeman coming out. He was great.
Yeah.
Right? Quincy Jones, I understand.
Yes.
Right?
He did write Soul Bossa Nova for Austin Powers International Man of Mystery.
Exactly.
Deserves a recognition.
Just for that. The James Bond tribute, no idea. The only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
This might get me banned off Prime.
Oh, okay.
At the start, Conan O'Brien said something like Amazon now have the rights to James Bond.
Yes.
So did Amazon then just pay whoever what was the Oscars on? CBS. Why not?
NBC?
To do a James Bond bit.
I think they occasionally, because if you just go award, it can be boring for people who aren't watching it for the awards. But again, it's in the title of the show. Putting other things, recognizing other contribution, big things in film is part of the thing.
Yep.
I don't think we needed 3 almost whole Bond songs after a conversation about James Bond. I think we just go like bang, bang, bang.
Yep.
Like
if it was a significant thing, like, you know, I don't know, in a few years, it'll be like, ooh, it's been 50 years since fucking Ben-Hur. That maths is wrong, don't at me.
Or if there was like, there's been 30 James Bond films and it's 70 years since Dr. No came out.
Yes.
Maybe do it then.
Yeah.
But we didn't need that, plus a whole bunch of Quincy Jones. I'm not saying don't recognise him. Don't have to recognise him for 7 minutes.
Yep.
And the in memoriam was fine. But then, because of including those 2 larger than needed to be tributes, the 3rd guy that directed the best documentary short didn't get to talk.
Yep.
And the 4th guy that was the producer of the best international feature film didn't get to talk either.
I think it's Quincy Jones I'm fine with.
Yeah.
Didn't need the James Bond bit.
I think also added to the Quincy Jones is it seems to just be the Oz Universe celebration tonight. Yeah. Which was awkward because it didn't win a lot of awards, Wicked.
Can I just say, though, that, you know what? This is how the Oscars started.
Yeah.
Probably in recent memory, the greatest opening to an Oscars ceremony ever.
I like that they made the decision to have the song before the sketch.
Yeah.
Because the sketch never hits for me.
The issue was it went from 100 to 10.
To Conan.
It was bad.
I like the home thing. The I love LA thing. It just felt very look at us in Hollywood.
No, but it's not.
No, I understand there's the fires and the blah, blah, blah. But considering how international the winners were tonight, that kind of jarred against the how great is LA. And let's think of all the people who are here tonight who lost their homes in the LA fires. I'm like, well, that kind of is a lesser thing to the uh, Middle East situation.
Yeah, the guy from Palestine who got cut off by music.
Yeah.
Well, that's where it goes, because when there's a person up there from a war-torn country going up there doing a speech about you can't start the music. So that's where you have to pick your battles. Mr. Music Man cutting people off.
Yes.
So that was okay, keep talking, that's fine.
I'd rather he talked a bit more about war than Adrian Brody.
Uh-huh.
But
Adrian Brody knows a lot about war, Lee.
He does.
He's won 2 Oscars because of it.
Yes.
So
one of them made a documentary about it. I'd rather hear from him.
yeah.
I'd also rather hear from him than a fire captain.
Oh, that was just a joke.
The jokes that they told were actually great jokes.
They were funnier than anything Conan said.
Maybe
it's because he said it.
People who have lost their houses.
The producers
of Joker Folia do.
Yeah.
Which won Razzies for worst rip-off remake
Couple?
and sequel and worst on-screen combo.
Okay, great. That's about right.
Yep. The worst director...
It was Francis, wasn't it?
Yeah. Francis Ford Coppola.
Picked
so I got that
we?
prediction right. I also got the prediction of Jerry Seinfeld, worst actor.
Yep.
And Amy Schumer, worst supporting actress, right, for Unfrosted.
So are you telling me that you got more Razzies right than I did Oscars?
Well,
I was looking all right at the start, and then Honora won everything.
Yeah, and then Honora just went boom, 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 boom.
Oh, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I've got them all wrong.
So
apologies, Sean Baker.
As I was posting them on the socials, I had to keep thinking of ways to write, Honora beat us again.
Yeah. Look, it was a good movie.
It was a very good movie. I think that a couple of the toughest categories in the Oscars today/tonight were the Best Actress.
Yep.
They were all very good.
I think Best Actress and Best Original Screenplay.
Best Original Screenplay. Because
did we get both of them wrong? Yes.
Honora won for that, and you tipped The Substance.
Yep.
And then for Best Actress, Honora won, and we tipped The Substance.
Yep. So Substance did not do well.
No, it didn't. But I think the fact that a film like that is nominated is good.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. It's a little bit of a move away. I think also a bit of a move away is how little Conclave was recognised.
That's true, because it's very Oscar baity.
It's very much, I'm going to write a movie about a very serious topic and write a very serious script and cast some very serious actors.
Yeah.
And then it didn't win awards, which I think is good. Obviously, serious stories need to be told, but we don't need to be writing and creating movies to win Oscars.
No.
Just as Sean Baker said, tell good stories.
Yes. I have a question.
Yes.
Do people not want to host the Oscars?
Yeah, look, we are not a huge fan, but Conan is Conan, right?
Yep.
He was Conan for a very long time. He still is Conan.
That's still his name.
Conan things.
Yep.
And he is a host.
Yep.
Yeah. Would I prefer Billy Crystal and Whoopi Goldberg to probably host it together? Yes. Would I prefer Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman to host it together? 100%.
Yeah. When Amy Poehler got up there and made one joke, and I laughed more than anything that Conan had said previously, I went, she's already there.
Well, and then I laughed even more at the fire captain joke than I did at anything Conan said.
I laughed the most at June Squibb. So if she's around next year...
That was great.
I'm happy for June Squibb to host the Oscars next year.
I don't mind if we go back to the not having a host thing.
I don't think it's necessary. I think as
well, the more presenters you get out, like when there was a person from each movie to present for costume design.
Yeah, that was good. I liked that.
And things like that. I think you can get all those people on. And then just one of them maybe stands forward to announce the next people that are going to come out.
Well, you've got Nick Offerman doing the announcing. Why can't you just go, He's
He's
Quentin Tarantino.
He's got a great voice, Nick
Yeah.
Offerman. I really like him.
I found that odd that it was like somebody. Usually it's just some announcer.
I thought it was him last year.
I can't remember.
I think it's not his first time.
Okay.
Conan's first time. Hopefully, from our point of view,
It'll be his last
time.
Because my thing is, they'll go, oh, not many people watch the Oscars. Young people aren't watching the Oscars. There is no reason, after the first 5 minutes, there was no reason for anybody in the Gen Z category to watch the Oscars. They saw Ariana Grande and they went, I'm done.
Doja Cat sung.
Yep.
So there's something for the Gen Zs. Can sing.
That was good. That was a good performance of the Bond stuff. It just, I'll say it again, didn't need to be there.
What we missed was performances of the songs.
Yeah. You know why?
Why?
I reckon it's because those two from Amelia Perez wouldn't have been good.
They wouldn't have worked as a live on stage song.
Like Zoe Saldana's going to get up there and
Sing live. Yeah, unlikely.
Which she can do.
Yeah.
I watched Avatar: Way of Water. She was a very good singer in that. It's just, it wouldn't have worked. Which that takes it away a bit, I think.
Yeah. Diane Warren, though, speaking of best song, another
Diane.
year as a bridesmaid.
There she go. What movie she's got coming out this year? Maybe she'll win for that.
She even said she thinks it's the best song she's written.
Yeah.
And from looking at the trailer, could have been the best thing about the movie.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the movie, the 6888.
Neither have I. Probably won't. The thing I found a bit odd, right? It, come out, Robert Downey Jr.'s there.
Yep, great.
Makes sense. He won last year. They generally do that. So then he does his little tidbits, Kieran Culkin, haha,
Yeah.
all the nominees.
Yeah.
Then says the winner is. Then Divine Joy Randolph, who won supporting last year, she comes out, does the same thing.
Yes.
But then
An hour and a half later.
Yeah, I don't get it. Then, Cillian Murphy comes out, and he doesn't do that. It's just like, here's a clip.
Yeah. There was an interesting, some were like, let's talk about each of the nominees. Some were like, this is what editing is. Play the clip.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say maybe the presenters do what they want to do, but I don't think that's the case. I think everything's written to within an inch of its life.
Yeah. I think that it's good. It mixes it up. It's a different way of doing it. I liked that they did what they did with costume design and the other one that was cinematography.
Cinematography, yeah.
Where they had the 5 people from the movie talk about it. I like that. They've done that in the past with acting.
Yes, and Bowen Yang got to make jokes.
Yeah, he was
which
good.
was good.
He's pretty good at it.
I liked, it was a little bit meta, how he was taking the piss out of the love fest while also saying great things about it.
I think that's pretty clever.
Yeah, it's a lot of, and it is an award show and it is its own night. It's actors being actors and loving LA and the internationals that are allowed to come. And then... So, yeah, it is this big self-love thing. And then Bowen Yang kind of just reminded us that all of that self-love is a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I am allowing them to do it on this night.
I will say as well, I didn't like Conan O'Brien.
Clear.
And he was just like, Anora, great movie, joke. The Brutalist, loved it, joke.
What he needed to do was not be... I loved this movie. Joke.
Yes.
I loved this because it was he loved every.
There was
movie.
it didn't
Say
flow.
Something different.
And then it was awkward when he made the joke about Carla Sofia Gascon, and I'm like, oh, it's all right, she won't be there. And then he was like, she's here. I'm like, oh well, this is now even awkward. Then it showed her because she'd clearly been put in just like the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
She wasn't sitting with the rest of her movie.
And then he said a joke, and she clearly leant over someone to explain it to her.
She clearly went, "Care." So
I can't even remember the joke.
He made a joke about they say fuck however many times in Anora, and that's only just a little bit more than her publicist.
Yes.
Then they showed her. Then he said something else, Then they showed her again. I can't remember. But then she went, ooh.
She's here tonight, and then said something, and then she had to
Yeah.
get a translator, as did the guy from Anora. I saw him kind of
Oh, yeah.
turning to people
Yeah.
quite a lot to get his little translations.
Yes. So I think it was a good ceremony. There was nothing particularly exciting.
Anora,
Anora's obviously the big winner. Won
big
5
winner.
big awards. Really?
yes, 5 big ones.
You know when I knew it was going to win Best Picture?
When it won screenplay, director, and
When it
actress.
When it won editing, I turned to Mum and I went, it's going to win.
So
She goes, what? I go, that editing is like, it's one of the things in the ceremony that there's a lot of times editing wins Best Picture.
So it won original screenplay, editing, actress, director, and Best Picture.
Yeah.
Which are 5 big ones.
What about the big loser of the night, Lee?
Wicked.
Complete unknown.
Yeah.
Big old bagel.
Considering it was
0 awards for 8 nominations.
For 8 nominations.
Because in what we were watching.
Well, and even
ads.
more awkward that every person that went up on stage, Timothée Chalamet hugged them.
I know.
And then and then his movie won nothing.
Yeah, he won nothing. But hey, the people from Dune won stuff.
The seating, though, like
The
the visual
seating was weird.
the visual effects team from Dune won, right? They sat Timothée Chalamet in his bright yellow suit in the front left corner, right next to the stairs, and then he didn't win for a complete unknown.
Yep.
But the visual effects team for Dune Part 2, when it went to them, they were so clearly sat in the back of the theater.
Yeah.
Like it was 4 rows behind them and then the black wall of curtain.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you have sat them in the back and now they've got to walk past everyone. And like one of the people from Anora decided to hug everybody around them.
Oh, I think that was...
Or was it
I
Anora?
can't... It was somebody... It was from Anora. Well, Sean Baker won everything, so it had to. But maybe it was Mikey Madison. Then she went, and then she went, and then she went like this. And no, it was somebody from The Brutalist, potentially the cinematographer.
It was the cinematographer from The Brutalist. He went and hugged and kissed everybody within 5 rows of where he was sitting. But then when he got on stage, made a joke that his time had already started. I'm like, you used 40 of your 45 seconds to hug everyone.
He went all the way around the thing, then walked down the aisle and had to hug and kiss Guy Pearce. And then, like, Adrian Brody was there waiting for him, like he's saying goodbye at a wedding.
Yeah.
Then he had to hug and kiss him. Then he had to go up on stage and say a speech.
Yeah. If you're going to see all of them at the after party.
Yeah.
If you win, on stage. Because that's when...
Some people did that, though. That was funny. I can't remember.
When the timer should start. Not when you get to the microphone.
Yeah.
Tick, 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 45 seconds from when the person says your name, unless you're in the third back row, like the Dune team, and have to make a different exit strategy.
If I was the Dune team and they sat me in those seats, I would have been like, we're not winning.
I'd have been like...
I'm not going to walk all the way down there to get my Oscar.
Yeah.
But then I would have.
Ripped up the speech like who did it at the Golden Globes?
Yeah. I can't remember.
Yeah, I would have been like, I'm not winning from the third row from the back. But they did, and that's good. I was surprised, I think I said this in our preview episode, I was surprised that Alien Covenant didn't get nominated for sound.
Romulus.
Romulus.
Yeah.
Yes, Romulus.
All the other sound was good.
It was good.
Now that there's only one category. Back in the day, if there would have been a sound mixing and a sound editing one, they would have got one of them.
They would have got sound mixing.
Yeah.
Because that's the creation and the putting in of the sounds into the movie.
It would have got nominated for that.
Also, no wins was Sing Sing.
Yeah.
Which, have you seen yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Thank you. I saw all the best pictures thanks to me watching Nickel Boys on Saturday.
Okay.
So I just got it.
Again, we need movies earlier. Don't give me 3 months between them being released in the States and being released in Australia.
Yeah.
Considering Queer already has a streaming release date.
This is the other thing. Look, Sean Baker, love what you're saying about going to the cinemas, independent films, and going to see independent films in the cinemas. Here's my thing, Sean. I love going to an independent cinema. I go to it all the time.
Yes. Shout out to the Sun Theatre.
The issue is when they're only on at 10:30 on a Wednesday afternoon. I have a job.
Yeah.
So I couldn't go and see Sing Sing last week because I have a job.
So I think that's why he also made the call out to the distributors.
Yeah.
And said, we want people to go to the cinemas. I am making, and lots of other people are making, and Quentin applauded, making movies for the big screen. Distributors, you need to make sure that my movie is not just available for Betty, who's having her day out from the home this week.
But how much does it cost the distributor? And then how much are they going to sell the tickets for? You know what I mean? Like if then you're paying per, I don't know how it works. I should look this up. If distributor number 3 is paying cinema number 4 this much money to show their movie per screening, then if you go, oh, we'll chuck it on at, prime time, nobody's going to go, I'm sorry. Nobody's going to go see Sing Sing at 7:30 on a Friday night except for you.
Well, because I want to see it, and that's the only time that I can go. But we went to see Queer at 8:50 on a Friday night, which is a reasonably prime time session.
Yep.
And it was in the smallest theatre at the Sun, and it was half full.
I went and saw, what did I see? And it was full.
Full of the gays that didn't get tickets to Kylie.
Oh, well, yeah.
So I understand. If it was a non-Kylie night, it might have been in a bigger cinema.
Don't show Queer during Midsummer, then Kylie, then Mardi Gras. You're not going to get your audience.
It got released in the States in November.
Exactly. You could have done it in November.
You could have done it in November when the gays weren't busy.
No, we weren't.
Razzies. I mentioned Francis Ford Coppola. He accepted his award on Instagram.
Oh.
Not in person. He wasn't there at the filming for YouTube. But he did do a post saying he's proud to have a Razzie. But then his post went on to say, having a Razzie for doing something different, and that our prescriptive, dumb rules of cinema that are just made for box office money, I wasn't following them. So it started as,
ha ha, yay.
Yay, I got a Razzie. I'm happy. I'm okay with a Razzie because I took a risk.
Yep.
But then it turned into, it's only viewed as a bad movie because every other filmmaker is still following the rules and just going for box office.
Yeah.
Art is kind of what his end point was.
Art for art's sake, MGM.
Yeah, but art that people go to and say is not good art.
Somebody might have liked it.
Yeah.
I haven't met anybody that's seen Megalopolis that liked it.
But enough people didn't like it that it won him a Razzie for Worst Director.
Yeah.
And Worst Screenplay.
Yep.
So he got 2 of them. He did it all himself.
Madam Web.
He was very proud of that.
Worst Picture, though?
Madam Web, Worst Picture. And, yeah, like I said, Joker Folie à Deux won a couple and Unfrosted won a couple.
Did she win Worst Actress as well?
Yes.
Nepo? Yeah.
The Razzie Redeemer Award that we didn't talk about in our preview episode.
Okay.
Which they do every year. Someone that's previously won a Razzie.
Oh, like a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Lifetime Redemption Award, really.
Yeah,
the
okay.
Razzie Redeemer.
Yeah.
It was won by Pamela Anderson for The Last Showgirl.
Makes sense.
Because she was nominated for something in 1993 that had a terrible name.
I'm going to guess that she's been nominated more than once.
Yes, but they did mention something specific that had a terrible name that's disappeared from my head. I like having the Razzie Redeemer.
I think it's good.
Because I think Pamela Anderson is a little bit she did Baywatch, which the material that she had to work with, and I'm not talking about the red bathing suit.
No, not the,
But both the material that she was wearing and the material script that she had to work with was a bit lacking. So her as an actor doesn't then get to show much.
Right. Yes, that's true.
And then she does things like that VIP one where she plays the sexy assassin TV show.
Don't remember that.
And then she does other movies that she would have gotten nominated for Razzies for. But then when she comes to something like The Last Showgirl, where they give her something good and give her the space to actually act into it, she can show she's a good actor.
Yep.
I don't think she's going to be nominated for an Oscar anytime soon.
She almost was. She could have been for Last Showgirl,
but she has
but it was a tough year.
gotten some critical acclaim for it.
And I worked out today Margaret Qualley Nepo baby because I texted you.
Margaret Qualley dancing in James Bond for some reason.
She was good.
Yeah, but why?
Because she trained as a ballet dancer when she was growing up, being the daughter of Andy McDowell.
Yeah.
And I said to Mum, she's like, oh, she's good. I go, I like more of her movies than Andy McDowell, and I've seen one Margaret Qualley movie.
Yeah. And she was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, there you go. I've seen two.
With Mikey Madison.
There you go.
Best Actress winner.
Oh, she's a young Best Actress winner. And Adrian Brody's 2 wins from just two nominations. So that's an elite club that he joins.
He does seem to, and he mentioned it in his speech, he's very selective about playing serious roles and impactful roles, which we've already talked about Oscar bait.
Oh, Brutalist is 100% Oscar bait.
Yeah. Should I see it?
Don't pay for it.
I didn't like that Conan said, I watched The Brutalist, I loved it, and I didn't want it to end, and luckily it didn't.
He did have a couple of good little one-liners. There was one thing he said that was pretty funny, and now I can't remember.
Was it what I just said?
No, it was another one. It wasn't about Russia. It wasn't political.
Oh, well, that rules out quite a few.
That rules out Daryl Hannah. Why is Daryl Hannah there? The choice of presenters sometimes baffles me.
Well,
like a lot of the times they'll get, here's the upcoming stars of Wicked, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo to present last year's best song, right? Makes 100% sense.
Yes.
Here's Selena Gomez and Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, I think they made some interesting choices, and they obviously didn't audition them because Selena Gomez couldn't open her mouth. Goldie Hawn, I'm not sure she knew where she was, but also she couldn't read the prompter.
Yeah, it was all good.
Meg Ryan also, I feel, couldn't read the prompter and was just a bit like...
She was fine.
What is going on? She was limping.
Billy
Obviously,
Crystal was good.
An injury. Billy Crystal can host next year.
You know who's free? We're free.
We are free.
I will fly over there. I've worked out for my 40th. I'm going to LA.
Okay.
I'm going to the Oscars for my 40th. So we have 3 years to write a movie that's going to win an Oscar. We can do it.
Well, no, hang on. We can just go and camp under the bleachers, and then Robert Downey Jr. might see us and then talk about us like Jeremy Strong.
Yeah. I'm so glad Jeremy Strong didn't win.
He even looked like he was acting very seriously when they were
He's a
talking
wanker.
about him.
He's a wanker.
And then rough directing by the camera people and the person directing the show.
Yeah.
As Kieran Culkin's walking up to just go, here, Jeremy Strong.
Here, loser.
We're going to look right at you. There's your buddy up there.
Yeah.
There's the kid from Home Alone up there winning an Oscar that you were nominated for.
Who else? Like, could you imagine starting out as the kid who wets his bed from drinking too much Pepsi in the first one, to then winning an Oscar? Now, what do you reckon he's doing right now?
It's a redemption
Making
story.
another baby. So there you go.
Yeah, he could be. Or he could be at Elton's party. Is it Elton that has the post-Oscars
He
party?
has some party.
He'll
He'll be at Vanity Fair party.
Oh, the Vanity Fair party.
Yeah.
He will be at that one. And, yeah, making a baby. Not like the documentary winners. She was very clear about that.
She's like, get your hands off me.
We are not making a baby. I've got other shit. Not shit. I was going to say other shit to make and then other films to make. And then I almost accidentally said other shit films to make. They're
Other
not
shit
shit
to
films.
film. Yeah.
She won an Oscar.
Right.
The night was good. I think we will go in 2028. If anyone from Rainbow Popcorn wants to join us.
That's also the 100th Oscars.
Oh, my days.
Yeah.
All right. People, we start our crown. Don't worry about buying the Blue Heelers house. That's shelved.
When I don't need $3 million to go to LA.
Well, we do need $3 million.
I only need $6 million, which is not a lot of money to make a movie.
We need $3 million to be able to buy our way into the Oscars.
Yeah.
We could make a movie.
Well, we
for
could
$3
just
million.
get famous. Do
We
you reckon
could.
3 years ago that Amelia Delombla Blomblomba
Yeah.
do you reckon she was going to be
But
at
we
the
don't
Oscars?
have a chicken shop.
We could get one.
Anybody out there that wants to...
Okay, now crowdfund me from my chicken shop.
Could we do like some awkward flirting over a Toblerone martini at Superbia Cocktail Bar?
With who?
Anybody.
Oh, I thought it had to be like with Cynthia Erivo.
Well, if she's in Melbourne and wants to come to Pride of Our Footscray, then 100%.
I reckon she'd love it.
I will awkwardly flirt with Cynthia Erivo.
I'll sing a duet with Cynthia Erivo. I hope you're happy. Done.
Yep, done. That counts as a duet.
God, that was good.
That was a good opening. I did like that it went The Wizard of Oz and then Wiz and then Wicked.
Very good. Very smart.
I don't think then we should have had Ease on Down the Road later. Like if you're going to do a tribute to Quincy, pick something other than Wiz because we've already had Wiz.
That's what I thought.
Did Ariana singing Home.
Oh no, that wasn't him. Did he have no involvement in Shaft? Is that me being racist?
I don't think so.
Because they didn't mention that.
I mean, I don't think it's you being racist, but I think he was involved with Isaac Hayes. Certainly. He would have been.
He would have been. He was involved with everyone. Oprah
Could
and
have had
Whoopi was good.
Cynthia back to sing a song from The Colour Purple, even though that wasn't in the movie, but it was also in the movie.
But it was not in the movie, but then it was in the musical, but then in the musical.
And then in the movie, yeah. And it was
Yeah,
Cynthia,
yeah.
but she did it on the stage, not in the movie.
Yeah, she won a Tony for it.
Yeah.
But
She's there. Again, she's there.
She's there. Get her to do something.
Get her to do it. She can host next year.
The other thing that I thought they were going to do with, last year they had like 5 past Best Actor winners
Yes.
do the thingies.
Yep.
And because I was watching the red carpet and then I was like, oh. So I saw like at least 5 former Best Supporting Actress winners.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, hang on a minute. Oh, are they going to do it again? But then they didn't.
They didn't.
It was very disappointing.
I find the red carpet really awkward. I only watched half of it, which is probably more than I really wanted to watch. The fact that it's Oscars night, right?
Yeah.
The movies have all been, and in the most cases in the States, not so much in Australia, done their theatrical runs.
Yes. Are we going to say the same thing I said this morning?
You don't need the woman that's on the red carpet to ask Ariana Grande what it was like meeting Kristen Chenoweth.
Yes, thank you.
Because if you have a social media, even if it's Blue Sky, you've seen a video clip of an interview where she's talked about meeting Kristen Chenoweth.
It's even on MySpace.
Yeah.
Tom
brought it back just
Yeah.
to talk about holding space for Wicked.
I thought the same thing when Julianne Hough was interviewing Timothée Chalamet and asked the question like, how did you get into this? You're so good as being Bob Dylan. How was that process? And I went, he has been, one, doing a press tour for Complete Unknown at the same time as probably doing something for Dune.
Yep.
Kid's exhausted, right?
Yeah.
Then he's done the whole awards circuit where he's been nominated for every single bloody award. And he's been asked this question so many times before.
Yep.
My thing is, the Oscars is the end. Come up with a new question.
That's why Amelia Chicken Shop is good.
Yeah, her and that other one that I don't know who she is.
Because she doesn't ask, how did you prepare to play the role of Bob Dylan? She asks, do you think Bob Dylan could eat more fried chicken than you? That's a good question. I don't know if she did ask that.
No.
But that's a good question.
You know who was a good presenter?
Who?
Mick Jagger.
Yeah, he was funny.
He was good.
And natural. Not like, I am an actor, but I am reading a script that is funny. Here is a joke. And then you say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was good. Mark Hamill was there.
What if next year we host an Oscars viewing party?
No, you know what we should do next year? Say 50 years, whoever won 50 years ago.
Okay.
For Best Actress, right? What year will it be? 2076. That means 1975.
Jaws.
So that means like...
Jaws was 50 years ago, so Jaws would have been nominated for Best Score. Can we get John Williams?
Or do you get AI, animated,
Ooh.
black and white, Judy Garland to present this award for Best Song? No, they used the image. There was a whole strike about that, wasn't there, Brett? Catch up with the times.
They're very against the AI.
Unless you're the brutalist.
You may notice that Robert Zemeckis' film was not nominated for anything.
Back to the Future 3.
No.
Oh, Here.
That's
because it was average, Lee. Not because of anything to do with AI. It's just because it was an average movie.
Tom Hanks hosting the little next series of Planet Earth
Oh
America.
yeah, could do
It's going to
that.
be good. Yeah.
Um.
No, I'm talking about the ads now.
Oh no, the one ad that
Because
was
I was
during
watching it on 7 Plus was the same ad every one, including
the
the
complete
Rolex
unknown.
ad
Oh
back
yeah,
to back.
the Rolex ad, and I came back from the toilet
Yeah.
and I heard the music, which was the score to A League of Their Own, and so I partially ran back to the thing, thinking that maybe I don't know Tom Hanks, Gina Davis, and Laurie Petty were up there together. Of
course.
But they weren't.
They weren't.
And I went, "What?" And Mum's like, "Yeah." I go, "That's the League of Their Own music." She's like, "Is it? It sounds familiar." I go, "Mum, who are you asking?" Like,
A League of Their Own score while James Cameron sits on a chair underwater filming Titanic with
Yeah.
his Rolex watch on.
Yeah. Yeah,
Imagine
and
the
then
money Rolex pay to have that
I know,
ad on during the show,
ridiculous.
as well as the money that
the Indian food package.
and the Australian Idol ad
Ugh.
has to. Oh, you know what is wrong? That we're recording this instead of watching the extra special preview of the new series of American Idol that follows the Oscars.
Ah, damn it!
So
I
I'm
missed
sorry
it.
about that, Carrie Underwood.
Is she hosting? No, she's not.
She's a new judge.
How?
Weren't you listening to Conan?
No.
He told you to watch the American Idol preview special.
I didn't think she would be allowed to.
Introducing new judge Carrie Underwood.
Oh, she just sang at the inauguration. I didn't think people liked her anymore.
Well, maybe she signed one contract before she signed the other.
Ooh.
And then there's no get out clause.
It was fun. One of the ads during the Oscars was "Go watch A Complete Unknown."
Yes.
And it said nominated for 8 Oscars. Blah blah blah. And Mum goes, "Oh, will they change that during the show?" I said to Mum, I go, "They won't need to.
They won't have to.
Fine."
They
I
won't.
think, like I've said it before in our preview, Monica Barbaro, Margaret Qualley should have been nominated instead. The guy who directed Conclave should have been nominated instead of James Mangold. That's all I'll say about that.
Okay. I like, and we've talked about it, I like variety in the nominations. So I would like the guy who directed Alien Romulus.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
And it's great suspense thriller direction and use of sound. And again, if it was in sound mixing, it should have been nominated for that if they were separated.
Yep.
And I would like things like that to be recognised.
Yeah, well, Conclave is a thriller.
Is it? I haven't seen it.
It's a suspense.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
And as you've said, the suspense is
Suspense
in
is
the
made in
silence.
silence.
Is there a lot of silence, or is there a lot of Rafe
There's not
and
a lot of
Stanley yelling at
talking.
each other?
No.
Oh,
There's a lot of just dunk
and thoughtful looks,
and then just looking and then counting votes.
and then worrying about the smoke. If is it the right colour?
Mm.
That's a lot of pressure.
And then the green smoke went up and I was like, dee, 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 she's dead. Yeah.
And then the red smoke went up, and then the train's engine was going to explode, and they had to make
Yeah,
88
they had
miles
to
per hour
chuck
in
that
time.
in. Yep. Yep.
Smoke jokes. We're levels.
Yeah. Smoke jokes.
So you could have us host the 98th Academy Awards.
We could do this and just have a chair in the middle, and then hopefully Ariana Grande could sit in her dress. Still don't know how she did that.
Yeah.
And then
think she
hopefully
had
you're
it
not
changed.
sitting next to Cynthia Erivo because you wouldn't be able to see anything.
If you had a back scratch issue, you'd be right next to Cynthia.
Okay.
She's got the nails.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about a dress.
No.
Also,
We're
did
just
you
talking about
notice?
costume and presentation
Did
in
you
general.
notice? So Ariana Grande came out and sang "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" in Ruby Red, and it took Mum the whole song to realise that it's because of the Ruby slippers.
Okay, yeah.
I went, Mum.
I didn't even think about it.
And
I'll
then
tell you my thought fail in a sec.
there's a detail on the back where on the back and the shoulder it's a heel. So then it goes, and then it's like the dress is the actual shoe.
That's
fucking
cool.
insane.
Do you know what I like?
Thought fail.
That all of the earpieces for the singers were the bedazzled or coloured to match the costumes.
That's good.
My thought fail was when Queen Latifah came out to sing "Ease On Down the Road." I was watching and I'm like, yeah, this is cool. There's some dancers, and I'm like, why are they dressed like they're from Wicked?
Yeah, I thought that too. It was a bit
before
odd.
I realised that it's the Wiz.
Yeah, but then it's not Wicked though.
Yeah, but everything is Wicked.
Okay.
And that's why at Warner Brothers Movie World Hollywood on the Gold Coast, they've opened Wizard of Oz Land. So that when you Wizard of Oz land,
Yeah.
not Ozlan, for those people not
Yeah.
listening super well. The Wizard of
That's a
Oz.
bad joke, Lee.
Yeah, I tried to.
That was really bad.
I tried. It wasn't even.
It's awful.
No, it wasn't.
You can't do that.
It wasn't even a deaf joke. I got halfway
Well,
through.
it fell on deaf ears, that's for sure.
I got halfway through, and I was like, "This is going to sound like making a joke about the deaf community."
You were.
Oh.
That's called foot in mouth disease, Lee.
The Wizard of Oz land is open at Warner Brothers Movie World, Hollywood on the Gold Coast, so that they can trade on the success of Wicked, and soon to come the undeniable, easily predictable success of For Good.
Well, will Cynthia win?
Interesting.
Because it'll be a better movie for her.
Do you think Demi should have won?
It's a, I don't want to use the word brave.
Different?
It's a more intense, varied performance than Mikey Madison.
Yes.
And they're both very good. And I thought when watching The Substance, I went, oh, Demi could win an Oscar for this. And then I watched Anora and I went, ooh, she's good too.
I think Anora is a really unique character that Mikey Madison was fully in.
Yes.
The Substance, the performance is varied, but I don't think it's as different a character as
Really?
Anora.
Okay.
Well, I think one of the reasons potentially Demi was cast is she plays an aging personality who is no longer recognized
method.
anymore. So I'm not saying Demi didn't have to stretch and didn't have to, really use her acting chops, because she did as she starts to lose it and she becomes the three-headed monster thing.
Yeah.
But I just think the character of Anora is
Okay.
a bigger difference and a bigger thing, and she had to really nail that for the movie to work,
Yes.
which I think adds to the quality of her acting. Is if Mikey Madison doesn't nail Anora for a full 120 minutes, that movie doesn't work.
Okay. I get what you're saying. It's her movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's called Anora.
Well,
so.
it's her movie, but it's also the movie's about the character of Anora.
Yeah.
The out there sex worker type character.
I was thinking, I don't think I've ever watched an Oscars where sex workers have been thanked so much. So it's a good day for them as well.
Obviously, the real heroes of America are firefighters and sex workers.
Firefighters and sex workers.
So be prepared this Halloween for a lot of sexy firefighters to be around.
Yep.
Be ready. Any final thoughts?
No, I think Conan was terrible and I thought he would be. That's all I'll say about that.
Okay. I'm going to sign off like Conan, who obviously realised he'd...
Run out of time. See you. Thank you for having.
Why did he have a costume change?
I don't know.
That's not necessary.
He hasn't changed costume his whole career, so why start now?
Career.
I
Anyway.
did think it was funny when they introduced him as 4-time Oscar watcher.
Yeah.
That was good. And
He's
then it was all
obviously
downhill from there.
Only watched 4. Maybe if he'd watched Billy Crystal's 2 hosting attempts, might have been a little bit.
Yeah.
I think a bit Conan is not our humour.
I also think he's irrelevant.
Yeah. At least it wasn't Fallon.
He's more relevant, though.
Yeah. But
I bet he would have actually done a song and dance number. He would have done the tribute to Quincy Jones.
Yeah, which would have been totally wrong.
Yeah.
Because he's the whitest host on TV almost.
Yeah.
Except for Conan.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't... Anyway, Oscars, if you're listening, we just bagged the shit out of your choice of host, so get us next year.
Get us. Work my way up to host. I don't mind standing at a red carpet correspondent with a glam bot. I'm fine with that.
We could replace Richard Wilkins.
I think he already has been.
Oh, really?
Well, I don't know. It's on Channel 7, not Channel 9 now.
Yeah, but he'd go. Like when we watch Today
That's
Tomorrow,
true.
which we won't do, he'll have things to talk about.
Yeah, he would have spoken to Guy Pearce.
He'll be over there with Bishop.
Angela Bishop.
Angela Bishop.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
They'll be over
No,
there.
she'll be on the project tonight.
Because Studio 10's been cancelled.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the special episode of Rainbow Popcorn. Let us know on the socials. There's heaps of posts that we've done on the socials on Facebook and Instagram at Rainbow Popcorn Pod, and back on X at Rainbow Pop Pod. Feel free to follow us there because we have 2 followers at the moment because we've just resurrected it. And I think one of those followers is 2 Drink Cinema. So thanks for listening to this awards special of Rainbow Popcorn. This is coming out today. You've got a couple of days to buy your tickets for our live event in and out at Pride of Our Footscray. So
Yes.
hope to see you there. Thank you, Brett.
Thanks, Lee.